right, folks, welcome one and all to this segment. And you know what we do at this time on mornings? We try to, start your day on the right path. And of course, this morning we'll give you the normal thing, the word for the day, as we try to enhance and improve your vocabulary. And like I said, I do not want this to be an effort in futility, all right? I want you to jot these words down, learn to spell them, learn to pronounce them, and learn to use them in sentences while you converse. And this morning, the word that we're looking at this morning is the word cloying. Cloying, C-L-O-Y-I-N-G. That's the word, and it will, for those of you on TV, it will come up on the screen momentarily. It just did. Yes, cloying. And what it means is, it means excessively sweet or sentimental. It can be used in the word, like in a sentence, in this manner. She finds most romantic comedies cloying and predictable. Yeah, and right in the context, you can contextualize it like this. The series is also a showcase for the effect that Richardson has become known for, an extra beatific quality that verges on pathological but is never pathetic or cloying, even when the goofiness runs sweet. Again, the series is also a showcase of the effect Richardson has become known for, an extra beatific quality that verges on pathological but is never pathetic or cloying, even when the goofiness runs sweet. There goes your word for the day. I want to say a very special good morning to you, Mr. Glyden Christopher out there in Granbra in St. Andrew. Uncle Glyden, good morning. How you doing? Everybody all right? Cassie, Curti, and Kali? Good morning, cousins. 26 minutes on to the hour of 7 o'clock, reminding you that at 6:45, that's 6:45, we've got the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Now for the thought of the day. And I want you to take this one very seriously. Today's decisions are tomorrow's realities. Life today is a collection of choices made yesterday. Can you associate yourself with this? Can you identify with this? Let's look at it again. Today's decisions are tomorrow's realities. Life today is a collection of choices made yesterday. That's nice. That's true. That's real. The things you decide today, they will become tomorrow's realities, eventualities. Life today is a collection of choices made yesterday. In essence, you reap what you sow. Lovely, nice. And we've got the riddle for the day. I want to see how thoughtful you are. But then again, it has become so much easier because we now have the University of Google. Everybody Googles anything. And what's the name of that lady on Apple? Is Sherry or something like that? And Alexa? You just talk to your phone and she talks back to you. So, information is really at the tips of our fingers, yeah? Yeah, it is. Anything you want to know. You want to know what your neighbor is having for breakfast this morning? Google it. Lovely, nice. My partner Kai, good morning. How are you doing, Papi? I hope you are doing well. You're seeing after the cabbages, right? Or the peppers, which one? Okay, let's look at the riddle today. Now, what word has 4 letters but sounds like it only has 1? I'll repeat this. What word has 5 letters, rather, not 4, but 5 letters, but sounds like it only has 1? Give me a call, 435-2041. Let's have some fun with this one this morning. What word has 5 letters but sounds like it only has 1? You think you know the answer? Give me an answer. And I promise you next week, I'll be having a special quiz for children. Right? One day of the week, I'm pairing with a partner of mine, a businessman, and we will be awarding prizes to students. No adults this time. One day of the week. Most likely, I think it will be on a Wednesday. Yeah. And we're working together to do something with the schools, like on a Friday, have a segment for, a 5-minute segment. Yeah, I've got to talk with management about this. But nonetheless, give me the answer to this riddle. What word has 5 letters but sounds like it has only 1? Gotta check to make sure my phone is intact because I'm not seeing it buzzing as yet. 435, I guess you're Googling, right? 435-2041. That's the number to call. And do I have a caller? No, not yet. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to just run through what's buzzing this morning. And folks, don't forget that on October the 26th, yeah, we've got a caller on the line. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. Hi, good morning. Okay, you've got to turn the volume of your radio down, right? Radio or TV, turn it down, okay? Because it gives me a feedback. Not very pleasant. And by now you should know that. When you call, you talk, and you listen to me via the telephone, okay? Yeah, Hot in the City comes up on October 26th at the Esplanade Mall courtyard. That's downtown St. George's. That's where you can meet and greet all Hot FM DJs. There will be deals and specials, so being given out by our partners. A lot of giveaways and more. It runs from 4 to 7 p.m. Come on out and check it out on the 26th of October. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, this person is lucky but not wise. Turn the radio down. Turn the television down. Yeah. 21 minutes onto the hour of 7 o'clock. Let's see what's buzzing. All right, the juvenile justice system. Well, the breaking the law can have dire repercussions for children. Juvenile justice was the focus of the media engagement of the prosecution department of the RGPF yesterday. And they had quite a lot to say. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning. Okay. Someone has found a toy prior to Christmas. 435-2041. Tell me, which word has 5 letters but sounds like it only has 1? Yeah? All right, the Grenadians are welcoming the commencement of work to repair Molyneux land slippage. That's good. I like this. It's long in coming. The inconvenience that was caused by that slippage. Good morning. Okay, all right. Someone is playing this morning. Someone has found a toy. All right, let's see what's buzzing further. We heard that earlier in the week. The Ministry of Agriculture is embarking on a biocontrol program to combat curtain scale disease. The Pest Management Unit has facilitated a training spearheaded by the Center for Agriculture and Bioscience International, CABI. Yeah. Let's go back to the telephone. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
And where are you calling me from?
St. John's.
St. John's where? In St. Andrew?
No, in Clogier.
Clogier in St. John. How are you doing? How are you this morning?
I'm good.
All right. And could you tell me your name?
Adriel Belfon.
Ah, I know this name. All right. What's Clogier like this morning? Are you hearing?
It's sunny.
It's sunny. Okay, good. All right. Do you think you have the answer for me?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what that is?
Q.
Q. All right. I understand. And you are correct. Okay. And what school you attend again?
PBC.
All right. PBC. And you in Form 2?
Form 1.
Form 1. Okay. And what's your favorite subject?
Visual arts.
Visual arts, right. Yeah, I know I'm remembering this voice. So you always listen and look at GBN, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your favorite station?
Yeah.
You are a wise guy. You're a wise guy. And how's mommy and daddy?
They're okay.
They okay?
Yeah.
Now, Closure is an agriculture area, a lot of farming.
Yeah.
Do you plant dashing and so forth?
Yeah.
Okay, which part of Closure you live? Close to the pasture?
No.
No, okay. Up by the community center up there?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So do you do a little farming and thing? Do you have animals?
Yeah.
What animals do you have?
A goat and a dog.
A goat and a dog. Okay, so which one are you eating for Christmas?
The goat.
You sure?
Yeah.
I hear mommy laughing in the background. I hope it's the goat you're going to eat for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
All right. And when you're cooking it, I want the head and the foot to make a water. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Good. Well, when you're passing and you see Mr. Albert, you know Mr. Albert? Down the road closer to the pasture?
He dead already.
He died?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. How did he let that happen to him? Ah, my goodness. Okay, partners, have a good day, right?
Yes.
Have a very good day at school. And you are correct, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Give mommy and daddy a kiss for me, okay?
Yeah.
All right, good one. Mr. Belfon, good. Nice. That's correct. The answer is Q. Yeah, 5 letters, but sounds like it only got 1. Good, so let's quickly see what's buzzing again. All right, good. Printry workers protest. Employees at the government printry are once again out protesting as they say they had just about enough working in an environment riddled with issues. Okay, workers' rights. Yeah, peaceful protest, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, making your concerns known. All right, in 2021, 327 cases of sexual abuse were reported to the Royal Grenada Police Force. Now, if we fast forward to 2022, and officials continue to battle the dreaded issue of child sexual abuse. This is going to be our main focus on the buzz this morning. I really want us to talk about this. I'm hearing too much about that. This is bad. This is bad, really bad. Yeah. So these are the issues that we'll be looking at on the buzz this morning. We're going to have brief chit-chats on them, but we are going to zero in mostly on the sexual abuse against children. This is bad, as I said. Folks, this is where we break off from this segment. We'll come back on the flip side of 7 to have the conversations. We now prepare for the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather right here in Classic. For those of you on television and the social media platforms, you can have a rebroadcast, or you will have a rebroadcast of last evening's GBN's News. See you on the flip side.
MegaFest 2022 Gospel Explosion is finally here. Join the youth of the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists under the green and white tent at Progress Park in St. Andrews from Sunday, October 9th to the 29th at 7 p.m. and continuing nightly for an electrifying evangelistic experience like no other. Come hear the ever-exhilarating Pastor Oliver Scott shatter the kingdom of darkness with thundering messages from the Word of God. If you ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need Him now. Come find hope in the midst of your pain. See you there.
You've asked for it, and now it's here. The NLA announces its new mid-morning draw, commencing September 30th at 9:45 a.m. Yes, you heard right. Draws for Pick 3, Cash 4, and Playway will now be conducted 3 times daily at 9:45 a.m., 12:45 p.m., and and 7:45 p.m. Monday to Friday. The Saturday draws remains twice daily. And that's not all. Simply place your non-winning cash 4, pick 3, and playway tickets valued at least $10 from a single purchase in the NLA branded box at your favorite sales location. 4 chances to win 10 prizes of $1,000 each. Whoa! $10,000 is up for winnings. Compliments the NLA. Be sure to write your name, address, and contact info on your entries before submitting. Promotion runs from September 30th to October 28th and would be drawn on Friday, November 4th, 2022. NLA, making your dreams a reality while supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. See stores for details.
Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. I'm Kenroy Batiste. It was Career Day for the students of the Crowshoe Roman Catholic School on Thursday, but they were only allowed to portray careers in the field of agriculture. More in this Renaped Thomas report.
Teachers of the Crowshoe Roman Catholic School are sowing seeds of agriculture in the minds of their students. The school hosted a career day on Thursday, but the students were limited to selecting a career only in the field of agriculture. The principal of the school, Kester Lyons, says that the aim is to change how people see the agricultural sector, and the best way to start is through the future generation.
We've encouraged the children to go out, to think about all the different fields that are in agriculture, and to come today prepared to depict one of the fields in agriculture. And we are just overwhelmed with what we saw today. And we've decided as a school that we can get our students to understand the importance of agriculture. We have too much of a high food import bill. We import too much food in a small island with such fertile land. And we want to inculcate that in our students from a very early age. Get students to think and to understand that we can produce, we can grow, we can produce most of our food and cut on our high food import bill. We also believe that children ought to understand the importance of agriculture and the importance of being able to feed ourselves.
Butchers, farmers, agricultural analysts, and veterinarians are just a few of the career portrayed by the students. Mr. Lyons spoke of some of the activities planned for the students.
Later on today, we are going to go out because we've had some spice plants donated to the school through the Ministry of Agriculture, and we are going to go out by blocks today to get the students to plant those plants, and we're also going to ensure that they take care of it, they watch it grow, and flourish.
Different persons with a career in agriculture spoke to students at a special assembly, highlighting their roles and the part they play in feeding the nation. Robert Bristol, owner and CEO of Bristol's Pest and Oasis Pet and Garden, who was one of the guest speakers at the assembly, says he is happy to be part of this initiative. He has pledged to assist the school in creating a backyard garden.
We believe that you need to get back into the schools. You need to get the children from a very young age to get interested in agriculture again, and you need to also change the narrative. Knowledge, education is going to do that, and if we structure things in the right way, I really believe that we're going to have a bright future for agriculture in Grenada. We're trying to get children, as I said, interested in agriculture. So if it means giving the school a startup, that is what we'll do. We have an agriculture shop, so we will be able to provide some seeds, some seedling trees, some potting soil, and also the expert advice is the most important thing.
They also will be providing continuous expertise in managing the garden to ensure that it's properly maintained. For GBN News, I am Renaped Thomas reporting.
Now, Grenada National Accreditation Board is hosting consultations with its stakeholders to gather feedback on Grenada's draft national qualifications and credit framework. Renaped Thomas has another report.
The Grenada National Accreditation Board held consultations at the Radisson Beach Resort with principals, teachers, and representatives from the business community, along with other stakeholders on Wednesday. This is to receive suggestions and feedback from stakeholders on the draft of Grenada's National Qualifications and Credit Framework. The Board Executive Director, Mrs. Pauline Finley, explains the benefit that will emerge from the framework.
Qualification framework is a pictorial tool that is used to indicate the levels of qualifications that are administered in Grenada. So you have certificates, for example, you have diplomas, you have postgraduate diplomas, you have postgraduate certificate, you have honors, you have first degrees, you have masters, you have PhDs. So you have all these qualifications. And then when you look at certificates, for example, you have different types of certificates. When you look at diploma, there are different types of diplomas. When an employer is looking at your certificate, they want to make sure that that certificate is at a particular level and it's equivalent to the similar certificate administered by other countries, other institutions in the region, as well as other countries international.
Mrs. Finley says the process towards a final draft is detailed.
There are a lot of different procedures and processes involved, so we have about a year to go before we can produce what you call a final draft.
Principal of the T.A. Marishu Community College, Dr. Ronald Bunton, said the development of the framework is important as it recognizes and recreates qualifications from institutions nationally.
We are here again to participate, to share the views of the college on qualifications development, to ensure that our degree programs meet international best practice and that we can go through the process of accreditation with GNAB effortlessly. This exercise today is critical to raise the standard of tertiary education in Grenada, to ensure that all institutions that are operating in Grenada meet the minimum standards for quality, to ensure that the stakeholders have an opportunity to share their views on the qualifications that are being developed for the Grenada population.
Some of the key items addressed in the consultation are accreditation and its benefits, degree fraud, and types of degrees. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Well, USAID and the OECS have partnered in an attempt to stamp out crime and violence in the Eastern Caribbean, especially among young people. The Birth of Opportunity Advance and Support Youth for Success program is in response to community concerns. A new project will be implemented at a value of $5.3 million. USAID Representative David Billings said this is a new phase of the Juvenile Justice Reform Project.
USAID and the OECS heard community concerns about crime and violence in the Eastern Caribbean, particularly among young people. In response to community concerns and a demonstrated need, we partnered to design a new $5.3 million 4-year award called the Opportunities to Advance and Support Youth for Success program, or OASIS program, that will be implemented by the OECS, a trusted partner of USAID. OASIS builds on justice reform gains made by the former USAID-funded Juvenile Justice Reform Project. Through its collaborative approach, OASIS will help the St. Lucian justice system establish a well-coordinated and evidence-based diversion process to hold young offenders accountable for their actions, while shifting away from using court oversight and the threat of prison as a first resort.
You outlined some of the goals of this 4-year initiative.
While the OASIS program targets at-risk youth, it also works with their families and communities to emphasize the importance of a strong support system in the reintegration process. For this reason, it is designed as a holistic approach, supporting efforts to strengthen existing and invest in new reform programs that provide skills development, psychosocial support, and family interventions for young people. The program also supports partner countries in implementing and institutionalizing a case management system to monitor young offenders from their first point of contact with law enforcement all the way through their successful reintegration into society.
According to Billings, the success of youth is at the center of this project as the U.S. government remains committed to the OCS region. The USAID-funded Juvenile Justice Reform Project concluded after 10 years of transformational work within the OCS. Breaking the law can have dire repercussions for children. Juvenile justice was the focus of the media engagement of the prosecution department of the Royal Grenada Police Force on Thursday.
Youth violence has surged across the Caribbean in recent times. Just last month, a 16-year-old schoolgirl was fatally stabbed during a fight with another schoolmate on a school compound in Jamaica. Grenada suffered its own spate of violence among the youth as they resumed face-to-face learning on the heels of the COVID-19 pandemic. Children are not exempt from the law, as there are laws in place to deal with juvenile criminal behavior. Juvenile justice was the topic of Thursday's To The Point program. Woman Police Constable Kalisha Faray, attached to the prosecution department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, explained what juvenile justice speaks to.
The word itself, it deals with juvenile, persons who are under the age of 18. A juvenile, in accordance with law, is a person under the age of 18. But juvenile justice is a system of laws and rules, procedures, principles that govern the treatment of children throughout the juvenile justice system.
WPC Faray described the process that carries a child through the juvenile court.
Early, well, of course, before a child enters the system, you must have something like an allegation or a complaint, and as you indicate, a fight, which would, of course, cause the police to be involved in same. They may tend to respond to some sort of report. So first of all, you'll have the initial stage of a complaint. The police will then take some form of investigation. They will do investigation to determine if, well, most of these cases, sometimes they do not go into the judicial system. We may have outside some form of mediation, but oftentimes you have a lot of emotions taking place, and parents do prefer that their matters go to court, and that's some of them. And if the situation does warrant that the matter goes to court based on the severity of it.
She explained that the process that a juvenile goes through is not the same as an adult's process.
Because they're juvenile, the law does not recognize them to have developed as cognitively as an adult, even though some of them may be quite developed. So yes, we'll treat them as children. Definitely age, their cognitive level as it relates to accepting criminal responsibility. They take a lot of things into consideration. It's a holistic view about the child.
For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Back at Television Center, as the remaining branches of Republic Bank Grenada transition to its new banking system, customers will experience some interruptions in services and operating hours. Devon Thornhill, manager of retail of Commercial Credit, says business customers should take note of specific dates in the lead up and following the transition period.
October 27th will be the last day for issuing managers' checks or bank drafts. Right? We will continue to negotiate local checks until 12 noon on October 28th, right, before the system starts coming down. Now, the last day for processing of commercial deposits like a night depository and so for businesses will be October 28th. All commercial deposits made thereafter will be processed on November 1. Now, we have assigned.
All right, so Kurt McFarlane, manager of head office, says there will be overall interruptions on specific days as the bank transitions to the new system.
And these dates are for disruption and resumption of services. So starting with deposit accounts, no new deposit accounts will be opened after October 21st. We will continue to accommodate appointments for these accounts, but the new accounts will be opened on our new platform after November 1st. Similarly, old ATM One cards will not be issued or replaced after October 21st. In-branch credit card payments will be accepted until October 26th. No new loans will be booked on our old banking platform after October 26th. We will continue to accommodate appointments and receive applications for loans, including online applications. But these new loans will be booked on our new platform after November 1st.
Right. He notes that the old banking system will be taken down on October 28 and some branches will be closed to facilitate the process.
The branches that are going through the conversion will be closed on October 31st. These branches are Republic House, Melville Street, Grenville, Guave, and Caracou. These branches will be closed on October 31st. Our new banking system will be brought up in time for November 1st. And we also plan to make some services available even before November 1st, such as ATM services, for example. The branches will reopen, the branches that will close on October 31st will reopen on November 1st for limited services. And these are mainly deposits and withdrawals. But our full suite of banking services and in-branch banking will resume on November 2nd. We will also be offering extended hours on October 26th, October 27th, and November 2nd until 4 p.m. on those respective days to accommodate our customers.
Other news, the first cruise ship call is scheduled for Friday. Chairman of Grenada Tourism Authority, Randall Dolan, says tourism stakeholders are anticipating the resumption of the season with no restrictions.
First cruise call is tomorrow to our ports. You know, it's a first call back with sort of no COVID restrictions. With the sites open, attractions open, and I know we're all very anxiously awaiting the arrival of the ship, and especially not just us, but the vendors and everybody else, because I mean, they play a crucial part in the economy, right? So everyone's looking forward to that, and we're ready to get this season started and really do and have a great season ahead.
Dolan says the new season will open more opportunities than challenges coming off the heels of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, I mean, I think there's not so much challenges, but opportunity. And I think that's what is sort of the focus right now. I mean, at the end of the day, the cruise ship sector, for example, they want to safeguard their investment, right? Their reputation. So that's the last place or the last sector that want to have any issues with COVID. So I know that they want to make sure that everyone might be vaccinated to come on board or tested, and make sure that they have strict sort of guidelines in place to ensure that their guests are protected. Because the last thing they need is a sort of a PR nightmare. And at the same time, I mean, the destination, holistically, we've dropped sort of all COVID restrictions as well. I mean, COVID is a disease that was going to be around. I think that you have to understand how to learn to sort of live with it and navigate through it. I think from the lockdowns that we've had previously, we've been exhausted from them. People want to get out there. People want to work. People want to make money and put food on the table at the end of the day. Now, of course, our healthcare we cannot just turn a blind eye to it. We always have to be mindful that we you have to be safe and do it safely. So, I mean, anyone who might be immunocompromised, of course, wear a mask. If you feel comfortable, have practice some sort of social distancing if you would like. But at the same time, I think the economy is generally ready. We're open and ready for business and ready to get a lot of the revenue from the cruise ship sector coming in and contributing to our GDP.
Do more with your new GUT Credit Union Visa debit card, which gives you access to your cash at any Connex or Visa certified ATMs locally and internationally. Make your payments with a tap of your card using the contactless feature and have the freedom to make purchases locally, online, or overseas whenever you travel anywhere Visa is accepted. Experience the enhanced security fraud protection through the Visa chip technology. If you don't have your new GUT Credit Union Visa International debit card, speak to any one of our representatives today to do more. Your new GUT Credit Union Visa International debit card, a smarter way to access your cash. More smart, more secure.
MegaFest 2022 Gospel Explosion is finally here. Join the youth of the Grenada Conference of Seventh-day Adventists under the green and white tent at Progress Park in St. Andrews from Sunday, October 9th to the 29th at 7 p.m. and continuing nightly for an electrifying evangelistic experience like no other. Come hear the ever-exhilarating Pastor Oliver Scott shatter the kingdom of darkness with thundering messages from the Word of God. If you ever needed the Lord before, we sure do need Him now. Come find hope in the midst of your pain. See you there.
The National Insurance Scheme continues to make it easy to access our services using the MyNIS online platform. Now we're introducing a new feature that allows you to submit your benefit claims from the convenience of your smart devices. No paper, no hassle. All you have to do is log in to my.nisgrenada.org. Select claims, fill out the relevant information, and click submit. We'll take it from there. It's that simple and that easy. Submit a claim from the comfort of your home as you rest and recuperate. Enjoy the convenience of faster claim processing and monitor the status of your claim every step of the way. We are excited to introduce this new feature to better serve you. NIS is changing the game and the way you make your claim. Access anywhere and anytime with MyNIS Online.
Solar lights are back in stock and will be available for purchase at Southern Electrical. Here is a list of the solar lights that we offer. 200 to 300 watt intelligent floodlights with camera, 300 to 500 watt solar street lights, 60, 100, 200 and 500 RGB solar floodlights, 100, 200, 300, 500 and 800 solar floodlights, solar garden lights, 25, 40, 60, 100 and 200 watt solar floodlights, 3, 7 and 10 watt solar wall lights, motion center garden lights, motion sensor floodlights, 30, 60 and 90 watt solar street lights with accessories, 5 watt solar wall lamps, 40 and 60 solar street lights, and 100 and 300 solar floodlights with battery power display. Now available at Southern Electrical, Dusty Highway, St. George. Visit our showroom today.
October 19th, 1983 marked an event that would become a mystery in Grenada's history. The mystery, where are the bodies of those murdered on October 19th, 1983 on Fort George? This Friday on We Culture, we delve deeper into the question, where are the bodies? Friday on We Culture. See you then.
pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Viewers and listeners, welcome all to this segment of Good Morning Grenada. And I have with me in studio a very beautiful young lady. Yeah. All right, and she is Miss Ashola K. Roberts. She is the founder and artistic executive director of Dance Grenada Incorporated, and she'll give us some more information as it relates to that. Good morning, Shola. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you for having me on your show today. How are you?
And the pleasure is all mine. I do hope that you are doing fine yourself. Well, I can see that. Yes, I can see that. That's a rhetorical question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. Now, we're about to celebrate the 3rd annual festival, anniversary of the Grenada Dance Festival, but it's the first time on island.
Yes, it is.
Good. Now, before we get to that activity, I'd like you to give, for those of us who are ignorant as it relates to what Dance Grenada Inc. is all about, could you give us a background on that?
Yeah, definitely. Dance Grenada was founded in 2020 at the height of the pandemic. And basically, it's the emergence of two passions of mine, the art of dance, because I am a professional dancer and professor of dance, and my love and passion for Grenadian culture, because I believe Grenada has made me the individual I am today. And so putting those two entities together is the emergence of Dance Grenada. And basically, it's an organization that is rooted in creating a platform for international and local dance artists, you know? So how can we share best practices? How can we create platforms or create opportunity or provide access and exposure to up-and-coming training dance artists and those that are, you know, pursuing dance as a career? And, you know, I believe those opportunities were afforded for me. So how can I create that for my country as well?
Okay, I'm hearing an accent. You're Grenadian, are you?
Yes, I'm Grenadian.
By birth?
Yes.
Okay, but not.
Well, not. I say by birth because my mother sent me back since I was a baby. But I've been.
I don't like the term "sent back." It doesn't sound too nice, you know. Oh,
no, well,
she's bad behaved. Go back.
No.
Okay.
But you know, she rooted herself in, of course, in making sure that I knew where I came from.
Okay.
Right? So may not have been birthed on the island, but in terms of being birthed by the land and being groomed and nurtured and raised and cultivated, that's all Grenada.
I keep hearing, and my listeners and viewers keep hearing, how beautiful Grenada is. I had the new executive chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority yesterday, Mr. Darland, and he too was intimating how beautiful Grenada is. Can you, I mean, from your perspective, what gives Grenada the edge on the other islands?
There's I say this all the time, there's a sense of humility, yet a subtle power that we carry as a people, right? And we know that, I believe that we are a resilient people, and I believe that is manifested in how we carry ourselves, how we treat our land, how we walk with pride, how we're so proud when when you find yourself in various spaces outside of Grenada. Grenadians are proud people. They are strong people. We are quiet by nature, but powerful by storm. So, yes.
Okay. All right. Now, as you said, this organization was founded in the height of the pandemic. Now, how did it survive? Because there weren't many avenues for you to, you know, do your do. So how?
Well, the beauty about the arts is that we are creatives, right? And we are forced to come up with innovative ways to keep our craft going. And so in that moment, I had to be innovative in terms of how I was going to create this network. And this was done through the virtual platform. As you know, the technology age is constantly developing. And so in that moment, I did this through the virtual realm. We used Zoom classes. We created panel discussions. And you found that because of the pandemic and the isolation between, each individual, that we were forced to use technology. And so this is what we did. We created the festival through these Zoom platforms and StreamYard, and finding ourselves that we were connecting with folks in the UK, we were connecting with folks in New Zealand, which increased our network base, and people had access to dance styles that were being taught in the UK and or Grenada. So that is how we survived. We did it through, just coming up with various ideas to just bring us together.
How receptive is the Grenadian public to this sort of artistic dancing? And
so, what I'm hearing and in the ear is that we are trying to push the creative sector. We are trying to uplift and empower ourselves through arts and culture. So I believe that is there. For the individuals that I have communicated with, especially the young dancers, they are more than excited. They want this. There's a hunger. I've come back and I've given taught classes at Conception Dance Studio, and there is a thirst and a drive to want to learn and want to receive more information, because they know that, yes, there's opportunities provided on the island, but they know that there's so much more. So how can we create that for them?
So how lucrative is that career path?
It is very lucrative. I believe that if we invest in our culture, if we invest in those individuals that want to pursue arts as a career, we can create the pathways. I'm here today as a testament to dance as a career. When we look at Spice Mass, when we look at tourism, those are entities that use arts and culture. And it's not limited to just, oh, I'm going to get up on stage and dance, but there's so many different avenues. There's workshops that can be held. There's panel discussions that can be held. We can have teachers go into the school and teach, our national folk dance. So there's so many different avenues. It's just a matter of coming together and pooling the minds together so we can strategically, implement this as a sector.
As a youngster growing up in the primary school on Fridays, there was a segment for that, but unfortunately, as time progressed, that seemed to have evaporated into thin air. Now, have you in any way approached the education system in Grenada to try and get this sort of thing reincorporated back into our curriculum?
And so, it's funny you say that, because most recently there was a town hall meeting held in New York, and that was actually one of my questions to the Minister of Education. What plans are they doing in terms of diversifying the curriculum as it relates to the arts? If this is a sector that you guys want to develop, I believe it starts in education. I am currently a professor at Arizona State University, and that is one of my missions. In addition to pursuing my doctorate, this is one of my missions in terms of creating a curricula that can produce artists, dancers, to pursue dance as a career. And so that is one of my missions, yeah. Okay,
that's good. I like to hear that. I like to hear that. And just by your demeanor and so forth, I can see that career path is doing wonders for you.
Oh, I'm trying.
Yes, good. Now, this is your third annual Dance Grenada Festival. Why on island this time?
Well, for the past 2 years, we had protocols in place.
Yeah.
COVID come and shut down the place. So here we are, the company, the island is fully open. And my original goal was to bring people to Grenada. I have friends from Howard University who always used to hear me talk about Grenada, but have never even heard of Grenada. But because I talk about it so highly, they now want to come to Grenada and see how beautiful the island is, see how rich our culture is, see how humble and welcoming our people are. And so, that is the point. The point is to get people into the island. It's great to go overseas and be in the States and be in the UK, but how can we bring some of that back into the island and pour into our island as well?
So what format would that festival take this year?
Okay, so the festival is in the form of dance workshops, right, and panel discussions. We have a diverse class roster in terms of dance classes offered. So Caribbean Contemporary, which will be taught by myself later on today at the Grenada Youth Center. We have traditional West African, we have hip hop, we have modern contemporary, and of course we cannot forget our Grenadian folk dance. So it's dances that stem from the African diaspora and has made its way through the stateside. So that is the array of dance classes. In addition to panel discussions, oftentimes people feel that all we do is get on stage and we dance. No, there is serious, intense dialogue as it relates to the development of the art form. And one of the panel discussions that I am super excited about is called the psychological implications of dance in Grenada and beyond. Because you found that during COVID, a lot of us were being cognizant of our mental and emotional health. And so how does dance and how does the art form aid in our emotional health, and how do we then take that and implement it into the school system or even just our communities? How do we use movement to uplift us as a people? We also have a welcome ceremony that will be taking place tonight as well at the Wild Orchid, which I am super excited about because it's a moment for us to come together as practitioners and just engage and kick off the festival while honoring some of our cultural practitioners like Miss Gloria Payne Banfield, Livingston Nelson. So I'm extremely excited about that.
Now you raised a point there that along with all the other cultures, African and so forth, we have our local folk culture as well. Have you visited Carriacou?
I have been in talks of getting that done, so it is on the agenda. Most definitely, I'm with you 200%.
Yeah, it should be more. Should be more. 2,000.
2,000,
Yes.
5,000%. Yes, no, most definitely. And just even in my research, Karakou has come up, and it's it's implemented in my research as well.
I asked this question because there's a very rich tradition in Karakou. I mean, it's part of Grenada, but I think it's a different breed of slaves that were there. So the culture and they tend to stick to it a little more. They're more participatory in the culture. You know, just the way they dance. You know, music is playing. You can tell if it's a kayak, how we call them, dance, by the way they dance, and not Grenadian. So, all right. So what do you really intend to accomplish when this festival would have been completed? What would have happened that you would say, yes, I've achieved that goal?
I want people to leave here or leave the festival excited about 2023. I want people to feel inspired. I want people to feel motivated. I want people to feel empowered in terms of whatever it is that they're doing, whether it be music, whether it be dance, whether it be mental health. I want us to create energy surrounding supporting each other and getting ready to move forward and to get our up-and-coming generation, excited about what's to come as it relates to just society. I've often left performances inspired. That's how I want people to feel. Sometimes it's unexplainable. You ever go to a show or you see someone dance or you see someone perform and you can't even explain it, your pores just raise? That's how I want people to leave, and excited about the work that's to come, knowing that there is work, knowing that this is just the beginning, right? But how can we support and keep this legacy going?
Which leads me to my final question. This is your third year.
Yes.
7 years down the line, that would make it your 10th year. Where do you expect Dance Grenada to be?
I expect it to be similar to, how people get excited about Spice Mass.
My goodness. So we can expect 10 years from now that Dance Grenada could have a festival apart from Spice Mass that is as big. Where
not only are we dancing, we're doing panel discussions, we have a concert night where we have multiple dance companies coming in. We have multiple professionals and professors speaking on panels and talking about papers and the research that's doing in the field. We have multiple islands, Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica, UK, all these practitioners coming in to share their best practices in the name of dance on the island of Grenada.
I mean, look at my physique. Do you think I can?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you think I can dance?
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, I could.
Yeah.
If you say that, then I could. All right, wrapping up, any specific thing you would like to get out there to the general public?
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge some of our sponsors because I believe that a lot of this work, couldn't have been done without the help of the entities that believe in the mission. We have Grenada Tourism Authority, Ministry of Culture, Grenada National Lotto Authority, Montu Laundromat, Caribiz Network, Netherlands Insurance, Whole Heart Productions, Destination Diaspora, Koyaba Beach Resort, Latouche Marketing and Events, Mount Pure, Natural Water, Blue Bubbles, Wild Orchid, Global Tech, Clark's Court, Blue Light Distillery, and the Rhythms and Entertainment Oasis. I just want to send a special shout out to you guys for believing in this mission and just continuing the relationship that we have already started.
Well, I want to wish you all the success in this endeavor and going forward. I look forward to seeing the fruits of your efforts because I know it's tedious work to get this up and going.
Yes.
But then again, if you're passionate about it, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. It's a labor of love.
That's the idea.
It's a labor of love.
That is the idea. So I want to wish you and your team all the successes that can be had.
Yeah, most definitely. And I hope to see you this weekend. I also want to highlight that we do have vendors as well. So not only are we showcasing dance works, but we are supporting our local entrepreneurs on the island. So there will be vendors, local Grenadians who are selling their products and promoting whatever business and or service. So, it's a well-rounded event. So yes.
So before you go, could you just reiterate where the event will be?
Yes, definitely. The event will be taking place at the Grenada Youth Center. And on Monday, we close out with a closing ceremony on Grand Anse Beach by Vendors Market with a beach bonfire, live drumming. And so that is to culminate the event and just highlight all that we have done so far. And if folks would like any more information, you can visit us at www.dancegrenada.com. Again, www.dancegrenada.com.
Is there a cost for entrance?
Yes. So the registration fees are online. Can't think of it off the top of my head. But as soon as they go on, they click events 2022. It'll say register now.
Well, once again, I want to wish you all the success. And I like this endeavor. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I cannot specifically say which one of the events I will be attending, but
come through. And I'm sorry, Visual Solutions Inc. They have also sponsored us as well, so that just came to mind. But yes, thank you.
Well, thank you for gracing me with your presence this morning. You've made my day. I mean, there's nothing better than sitting in the presence of such a and it made my day. So I want to thank you, folks. I've been talking with Ms. Shola K. Roberts. She is the founder and artistic executive director of Dance Grenada, and she's inviting everyone down to be a part of the 3rd annual Dance Grenada Festival.
Thank you so much.
The pleasure is mine. Folks, we take a quick break. We'll be back right after these messages.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Do you know you can lower your electricity bill by creating an energy-efficient home? When planning to build or remodel, plan for your energy needs and utilize building techniques and products that promote energy efficiency. Incorporate renewable energy and maximize the use of natural lighting, heating, and ventilation sources. You should also buy 230-volt equipment, as these run more efficiently and can help lower your electricity usage. As an individual consumer, I cannot impact global fuel prices. However, I can ease the burden of rising fuel rates by creating an energy-efficient home. What can you do?
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Spare your pocket, spare the earth, always at Grenlec.
It's Soca Parang Indie Basket, the Spice Basket. Saturday, 5th November, featuring from Trinidad, Grunta, Baron,
Then you go see Obi Parang.
Marcia Miranda.
Darling, look, it's Christmas, a special time of year.
From Grenada, Taraku String Band, Lele Le. Hassan Leke and Steve Theodore. Get your early bird ticket for $60 after you pay $80 and more at the door. And are available at Chucky's Bar, Brendan on the Terminal, Grenada Optical in St. George's, Gittins Pharmacy Grenville, Gittins Healthcare Grand Anse, Shi's Bar St. Mark's, Nick and Bites Quav, St. David's Pharmacy, Calico Shopping Center, Main Street, Sotiers. It's another Chucky's promotion.
state-of-the-art Ultratech gasoline and diesel. Available only at Rubis stations.
You know, one day I woke up and, you know, they painted a set of pedestrian crossing all along the streets. You know, nobody told us how to use that thing properly.
I know how.
You're serious?
Every safe, good driver knows about these things. As a driver, you have to be very attentive. You know you're coming up close to a pedestrian cross, you start slowing down immediately, looking to see if there's any pedestrian on the side getting ready to cross. If there is, you stop on the line that is a certain distance before the crosswalk. Then you would see the pedestrian put their hands out, looking directly at you, indicating that they are going to cross. And only when you have come to a complete stop, that is when they will quickly and safely cross to the other side. And then you continue happily on your journey.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact, wait for pedestrian to cross. Then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Let's mingle and jingle.
You mean jingle and mingle, right?
Does it really matter? Mingle and Jingle, the mid-morning program that will drive the Christmas season. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio, GBN Television, and all GBN social media platforms.
It's where the deals of the season are, where the Christmas music is played, holiday traditions are relived, and where all the fun is.
Mingle and Jingle.
Or Jingle and Mingle. Mid-mornings from November 14th to December 23rd only on the GBN network.
Made possible by West Hall Rums, Duty Free Caribbean Holdings, and Gittins Healthcare.
Wednesday, 26 October, Hot 98 FM will be blazing the airwaves from downtown St. George's. Come join the fun, meet the Hot 98 team and some of our partners in front of the Esplanade Mall from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Great music, exciting deals, huge discounts, and enough giveaways from our partners and us. Stay tuned to Hot 98.5 FM. Like and follow our social media pages to find out more about Hot in the City. We will be coming to a city near you. Mark the date, Wednesday, October 26. Hot in the City. Hot in the City.
This is why I'm hot, hot. This is why I'm hot, 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 hot.
Alright folks, welcome back to Grenada, GBN Good Morning Grenada, and I've got with me on Zoom a good friend of mine from a long time ago that I haven't seen. His whole appearance has changed. I'm speaking of none other than Mr. Jefferson Ramirez, but nowadays he's simply called Jefferson. Good morning, Jefferson.
Good morning.
And how are you?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, I can see that, man. I can see that. You look fine. You look fine.
Thank you, man.
I think it would have been somewhere about 2015 or 2016 that I last interviewed you here in the studio. But today I have to do it virtual because you're now in Tennessee.
Well, yes.
All right, good. How have you been from then to now? What has Jefferson been up to?
Oh man, so much, so much. I moved to Tennessee to work on my music career. I'm working on writing, and I'm in the studio. I'm performing everywhere. We're performing all over the states, and music festivals, and stadiums, and everywhere. And I've just been, grinding really hard, working really hard, and trying to develop my product, develop myself, and. So yeah, that's what I've been doing since that last time till now.
Yeah, well, I'm going to ask you the question I just asked Ms. Roberts, who is associated with the Dance Grenada Incorporated. Is there a serious career in what you're doing? I mean, traditionally in Grenada, you were told that you have to go to school to study your schoolwork. to become a lawyer, a doctor, a teacher, a policeman, or something of the sort. They never paid emphasis to agriculture, really. The agriculture and farming was for those who did not succeed, and especially music, you know. So has that changed?
Oh yeah, that's changed a long time ago, man. I mean, you see it happening in Grenada now. There's a lot of bands forming. There's a lot of musicians coming up. A lot of new singers coming up. I mean, we didn't think that music was a thing. Even my parents didn't think that music was, you know, a thing to happen. There's like a music career that you could, you know, choose and succeed at. But I think I'm living testament that, you know, it is possible. Like I've done everything entertainment in Grenada for probably since 2013. Before that, I was in Gospel Challenge, Grenada Best Talent, but I was really on the scene doing gigs and stuff from since like 2013, 2014, and that never stopped. That never really stopped until, you know, I moved here. But it's been successful, you know, and to me, I've just taken the step, just taking the jumping out of where I'm from to where it's not normal for somebody to pursue soul music or R&B music and really push it and make it out there, to being where I am. Just making that jump it's successful to me, you know. But that's changed now. The world is so smaller now with the internet that you could put music out there and, you know, people could see it from everywhere in the world. And yeah, I'm just following my passion, man, and it's made a lot of ways for me. But I think that's slowly changing in terms of you know, go to school, become a lawyer, become a doctor, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Now, I know you were very good with pan, right? You played pan, okay?
Yeah.
Right. Are you pointed in the direction of a particular genre of music?
Yes, I am into more soul music, pop soul music, and but I've found a way to incorporate all the different sounds into my music, all the different elements of soca, elements of dancehall, elements of Afrobeats, and just try to incorporate all the music that I like and feel good about into my own style and sound. But you mentioned pan, and I still play pan.
Okay.
I've just been playing with Cheros, big up Comancheros every time, called band Comancheros. I've been playing in the band for a while, but I have one now, and I'll be practicing on the daily. But yeah, and it's cool to bring pan into something like that. Bring pan into a sound like that on an international level, on music level. It sounds awesome.
Okay. Now, do you think that had you remained in Grenada and just, you know, playing your pan and singing as you did, do you think it would have projected you at that level that you're at the moment?
First of all, I would say that being from Grenada and being in Grenada was definitely training ground for me. And, you know, being able to do all that I've done, you know, playing the pan, doing the gigs, doing the shows, you know, just every Wednesday, every 5 days a week sometimes, it was training ground to be where I am. But making a move is necessary. Making the move for me was necessary because now I have a wider audience available to me. I can, you know, I have a team now available to me that, you know, I would not have had if I stayed. And just the opportunity of, you know, being able to tour the United States, it wouldn't have happened if I stayed. But the fact that I was there, the fact that my team people met me there, the fact that, you know, I'd been working and training and, you know, practicing there, it still does mean a lot. But the opportunity for growth came because, you know, America is bigger, they have the solid music industry, stuff like that. So.
And on completion of, you know, whatever you're doing, you know, studying or whatever, doing your music and so forth, do you have any intentions of coming back home and setting up shop?
Oh, I'm coming back home in November 12th to put on. No.
That's a visitation. I'm talking about full time.
Oh yeah, I'll come back home. I definitely come home. It's always home, man. Home.
Right, good.
Come back home, right?
Okay, now tell us. You're coming home to do a gala event on the 12th of November. Give us some background on this.
Okay, well, since moving out here, I've released an EP. I've been working with some producers and stuff out here, and I just wanted to share the music. return home and share the music. I've never really been able to perform the music since I left, or perform at all much since I've left. And I'm putting on a concert. I'm putting on my first concert on November 12th, next month, at Pier 57. And it would just be about the music. It would be about the vibe, the energy, and, you know, really about the music that, you know, people's, you know, the songs that I've released before and new songs that I've written. And it's just going to be an awesome time. So,
is it going to be a live event, live performance? Or when I say that, are you going to be performing with a band, or would it be from song tracks?
I'd have full band, like really full band.
You're coming in with your band?
No, I'm using some from Grenada, and I have one guy coming in with me. My guitarist is coming with me. Okay. But yeah, full band, full stage, full everything. Pier 57. It's food inclusive. It's $150, and it's cash bar, and it is going to be. It's going to be awesome.
Okay, all right. That sounds awesome. So the concert on the 12th of November, that's your first major concert in Grenada. Do you intend on making it an annual event? Jefferson concert every year?
Oh, yes, sir. And good. They got to. We hoping and aiming for massive things. At that show, we have some cool announcements to make, and that, you know, might change the whole trajectory of the whole thing in an upward fashion.
Right.
And yeah, it's. Yeah.
Have you any intentions of taking Jefferson's music, Grenada's Jefferson music, throughout the Caribbean region? And well, you're already established in North America, but is that it? America and Grenada, or you intend to tour Europe and the Caribbean?
We're going to tour the world, basically. We're going to tour the world. We're going to do Europe. We're going to do the Caribbean. We're going to do everywhere that, you know, the music is being played. And, you know, in my heart and mind, the music is going to play everywhere. Yeah. And it's going to become a household name. And I mean, I want GBN to help me prophesy this, because it's going to become a household name. And I'll come back home with Grammys. I'll come back home with awards and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, be able to, you know, open my music school as I want to, my performing arts center. And I've, you know, been thinking about that really strongly. And that's why I'm really trying to push this envelope of, you know, showing people that it is possible to really pursue your passion and dream. And you want to dream, just pursue it, just do it. And God has opened up the ways for you to get those things done. My intention is to become worldwide famous. My intention is to become a superstar that the world ain't really seen in a long time. And I think we're on that path right now.
I'm glad you raised this. You're still relatively young, right? You're still a young man. Do you think that you can become this kind of idol, role model, sort of, you know, to get young people to know that you do not necessarily have to be an academia to make it in life? You can do other of course, the basic academics important, but you do not necessarily have to be a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman, the traditional things that parents wanted their children to become. Do you think you can carry that mantle and, you know, be this ambassador for young? Because we have a lot of young people in Grenada today who did not make it in the academics, and they seem to have fallen through the cracks. All right, but you listen to them talk. Sometimes I listen to them rap. All right, they're good toasters, but to them that is rejected. Do you think you can, you know, use yourself, right? Use your means to sort of let them know, hey, not everybody could be this. You can, what you have, you can use it. You think you can do that for us?
I think I'm already doing it. I think I'm slowly but surely doing it, because I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing, you know. And to me, if you look at my journey, if anybody looked at my journey, I've, you know, started since I was 15 years old. And when I started in TBC choir. I didn't really like school at the point in time, but I mean, that's what my parents wanted me to do. And I went to school. I kind of struggled with school for a little bit. I struggled through CXC, but I went to college, and I told myself that I really needed to get my academics up. And I went on to do psychology. I did a degree, blah, blah, blah. But really and truly, what I want to do is sing. What I want to do is perform. What I want to do is write my own music and produce my own stuff and be touring and stuff like that. So it to me, it's just a matter of following your passion and following what you think your purpose is. Because no dogging the lawyers and the doctors and all of that. We need those people. So if your passion is to do that, then by all means, do that. But if your passion is not to do that, if your passion is to sing, if your passion is to write and rap and, be a creative, then follow that. The only problem is we don't have an educational system by which somebody could go and learn how to be a songwriter or learn how to be a musician. Like, you have to get private lessons or stuff like that, learn how to perform. And so, it's kind of torn between saying, follow your passion, but, follow your passion really requires a lot of, time in learning how to do the music, learning how to be a writer, learning how to do all those things. You find out on the internet.
In essence, you're saying that Grenada doesn't have what it takes to accommodate those things.
I won't say we don't have what it takes. I think what we have could be made better.
Okay.
Because we have music schools, we have people that teach music. I've learned voice from Valerie Daniel, so it's available, But in terms of how we have school, you go to school Monday through Friday.
We don't have that. Yeah, Jefferson, we have a caller on the line. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller.
Yes, sir. Good morning. It's an observation. Now, the reason why a lot of people do not know what the calling is in life and do not know what to do if they find they're inclined to do certain things and there's no support, and then they have problems in adjusting to what other people want them to do, is because we have failed to recognize that each human that is born on earth, God has a perfect plan for that individual. And because we do not connect with God, we do not know what our calling is. But when we connect with God, when we get ourselves aligned with God, He has a will that He has ordained for us to be. And once we connect with Him and we follow Him and His word, we will be directed. Okay. It says we should not lean on our own understanding, but in all, not some, all our ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct our path. But we do not do that. We do not obey God. We don't want to hear about God.
Okay.
So we must find out what, because people have gone away from God.
Okay. All right, thank you, caller. Jeff?
I believe that everybody has a calling. Everybody has a special purpose. I believe that. But I also believe that you need to spend time with yourself and figure out what that is. You need to agree with yourself what you feel happy doing, what you feel comfortable doing, and not necessarily, do what your mom said, do what your dad said, do what you're expected of in this particular society or environment that you live in. I think we all have a purpose. We all have something, a passion something that we like, and something that we kind of hide away because there's no opportunity for it, or stuff like that. But I think most importantly, you need to know what that passion is. You need to know what that purpose is, and finding that, as you say, you spend time with God, you spend time with yourself, figure out, what you really like, what you don't like, what you struggle with, and in doing so, figuring out yourself, you figure out what that is, and eventually, as I think the Bible says, your talent will make way. Your talent will that way for you, because talent in the sense of it, in what I understand, it was money. And a talent was money. So it's supposed to make way for you to live, and that is what God gave you to secure your generation financially. It could be that too.
We have another caller on the line, Jefferson. People hear Jefferson's voice and the phone line goes crazy. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent.
Could you turn down the volume of your radio or television, please?
Yes, Mr. Innocent.
Good.
I think you're old enough to have heard this said, you should the deeds of introspection. You must inspect yourself. And once you inspect yourself, then you might be able to know what you're likely to be fitted for. It's a serious thing. A lot of us, some of us are copycats. We do not have the ability to do certain things. but we're trying to go into it. So the first thing you have to do is to inspect yourself. So, and it's a hard thing to do. I don't know. I guess many of you are, let's say you are, your class of you all.
Okay.
I've gone into broadcasting, and maybe, I didn't say you know, I cannot pronounce word. Many of us have gone into culture, and we tell people wrong things, as for example, what you mean by emancipation, and this and that.
Okay.
So these are what I think about us. I didn't have people to guide me because my people went into England long ago, and I guided myself. I'm happy with myself, and I think I could make reasonable contribution to Grenadian society. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. Jefferson, we're running out of time. So in wrapping up, I know there must be somebody or some people here you would like to remember that assisted you on your journey along. And before you wrap up also, I would like you to re-emphasize and state the event that's coming up on the 12th of November.
I just really want to thank everybody. I mean, I if I single out anybody, it will be problems and it will be real problems.
You're a product of Grenada.
I really am, and I've been supported. I tell people that all the time. I think my people have been really supportive. I don't know any other way, you know. I've gone to the gigs, I've done the same gigs, I've seen the same people show up to the same shows and come and see the same come and see the same vibes. And so it makes me feel like, you know, anything I do now, anything I decide to do, you know, I would have the support of the people. Once it talks about who we are, and it shows us in a really positive light, which is what I'm striving to do. So I want to just thank Grenada. I thank you for making me, you know, basically who I am. I tell people I'm talented because I'm Grenadian. I am this kind of performer because I am Grenadian, and I would have it no other way. But again, the show on the 12th, come out. It would be awesome. It's the first time I'm getting to do some of these songs and perform again in the way that I used to perform. I'll be on for 2 hours. I have some really special guests coming on to join me. So November 12th, 7 o'clock. Sharp. Pier 57. I want to pick up all the sponsors. We have Netherlands Insurance, Sonics Productions, Power 95. We have True Bay, Koyaba, Grenadian Optical. We have DJ Danny on the ones and twos for the night. Pier 57. Just pick up everybody. SAP printers, people help me out to make this thing make sense. You know, I'm really grateful. Really grateful. So
Jefferson,
thanks again for having.
I want to thank you for gracing the program with your presence this morning. I want to wish you all the success that can be had, and I look forward to greater and the greatest things from you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, man.
Yes. Buddha blessing.
Thank you.
Folks, I've been talking there with my good friend Jefferson Ramirez. He's now called Jefferson, and he is coming to Grenada on the 12th of November for that big celebratory concert at the Pier 57. We look forward to that. This is where we wrap up. We've got to join the BBC momentarily. Until then, God bless and see you sometime. For those of you who are with me on Classic, we've got a bulletin of news from the BBC coming up at 8, and then we continue with the great vibes on the flip side of 8. That's it for this segment. Thank you for being a part of it.